All right, so in this session, I'll take you through the ERP system. Let's get some basic definition out of the way. So ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. ERP is a comprehensive software package that helps businesses to manage various operations that contribute to the life cycle of the business processes. And ERP system typically includes certain form of integration. It's an integrated system that operates in real time and without any delay. All the processes work together. It's a common database which supports various applications to automate business process. So by looking at an ERP, or by deploying an ERP, you have various benefits, which includes improved suppliers' performance, improved customer satisfaction, better customer satisfaction, increased flexibility, because an ERP automates all of this process. One-time shipment, if you are into shipping, reduction in cost, reduction in lead time, improve resource utilization, also improve information accuracy, and improve decision-making capability. So I'll take you quickly through the ERP system. This is the ERP system. On the first page, you'll be required to enter your username and your password, which will give you access to the system. Upon login, the first page you'll be presented is the dashboard, which basically shows you an overview of all the activities that is happening within the organization. After the dashboard, you have what is called the task manager. The task manager is a management tool that you use to monitor activities and deliverables that have been assigned to various staff or employee. And that you can start by creating a new task, give the task a name, depending on what you want that employee to achieve. And then you can set the milestone. So each task can have milestone with regards to their completeness, whether it has commenced, it's in progress, 50% completed, yet to commence. So you can set the progress, set the start date and the end date. So the due date helps you to keep track of whether that employee delivers before time or ahead of time. If there are details relating to that task, you can enter those details in the task description section, and then if there are attachments, you can actually attach them here and assign it to the relevant people who will work on the task. The task manager is like a project management module that helps you to manage every aspect of the activities that each of your employees are handling. And at a glance, you can keep track of the progress of each of those tasks. Essential part of the ERP is the client management. The client management is where you enter information about all of your clients and what is the business relation with each of those clients. It's essentially useful because you want to keep track of the clients that you have and their details. So if you need to call certain clients, you have that information handy in the ERP. You also want to keep track of if the clients are owing you money, or if the clients have certain outstanding that they have to pay. So the ERP also helps you to keep track of what are the expenses that you have spent, in maintaining that client. So for each client that you onboard on the ERP, you are attaching them to various services. It's also important for you to know what are the expenses that you are spending in offering those services, which will then produce your profit margin, and then you are then able to plan appropriately. So we have a new client. This is where you onboard new clients, and then you can enter the various information regarding that client up to the service location. If you have multiple service locations, then you can select the service location, select the sector from which that client is from, and then save the information about the client. In the ERP, we automatically have the client listed in here. A client can have different status. You can have clients that are active and open. Those are clients that you are still offering services. Clients that are no longer using your services, their status becomes inactive. And at the point when they engage your service again, their status can become active. This gives you an overview of the entire activity which relating to each of your clients. And it goes a little bit more in depth than I've just shown you. So you can create a client group. A client group is when a client has multiple divisions, and then you want to create a client groups that hold all the division. Take, for instance, a client that has a division in Lagos, a division in Port Harcourt, a division in Kaduna. So each of those entities, you might be relating to different people in each of those divisions, but they are all under the same company. So you create what is called a client group, and then add each of those other locations as entity under the client group. So the client and vendor section helps you to manage information relating to your clients, your client groups, and your vendors. We have what is called service contracts. The service contracts are the services that you are offering to your clients, and whether those services are renewable, whether they are in operation, and how you are progressing with those services. So the service contract section helps you to manage all of that. With the service contract section, you can create different services. It can also be a product. So you have what is called list services. So you create each of those services, and then the system keeps track of those services. At the point when you are creating a client, you can attach those services to a client. So at a glance, you know which client is using which of your services, and then you are able to streamline which of the services are in more use. The leads and prospect are where the prospective clients comes in. So you have people who are interested in your services, and they have not really made purchase, but they have shown interest. So you want to enter them in the lead section. The lead section helps you to keep track of their journey across the various hurdles that they need to scale before they engage in your services. And this could be the standard process that you have established. So a lead can be a new company trying to use your service. And then you want to look at the lead source, because when you're looking at your management reports, you want to know which of these sources are really more effective with regard to new businesses coming to your organization. So the email address of that person in the organization. So all of this basic information you fill, and then specify the terms of the services that the customers has requested, and then save. These data are really very important because it helps you to know how many prospective customers you have in your pipeline, and then how many of them you are able to convert within certain period of time. It also helps you to know the life cycle of new customers that are coming into the business. So we have what is called the service item. You can add more service items from by filling this form. The service item are the categories of services or product that you are offering to your customer, and that can be created within this section. Once you create it within this section, they become a billable element that you can attach to your invoice. We have what is called the expense and procurement module. The expense and procurement module help you to manage your expenses and your procurement. For some medium to large scale organization, expense claim can come from an employee and then goes for approval by the HOD before it goes to the expense disbursement team, who are the final team that disburse that expense. So we see from here, you have expense claim, which means each of the employees that you have can raise an expense claim, and each expense claim can get approved by the HOD or the heads of department of that particular unit, who then forwards it to the expense disbursement unit. Sometimes it could be very as simple as just one expense request, which then get forwarded for approval. The system has different approval routes, which you can use to determine who can approve what request at what stage. Also embedded in the system is a robust financial system. So common with each financial system, you have the chart of account, which helps you to keep track of all the various ledgers that you have, in your financial system. So you keep track of the books of account and the ledgers that are under each books. It also shows you at a glance the opening balance and the closing balance of each of those ledgers. So at any particular time, you can access your chart of account and know what is the financial operation of the organization. We have what is called the entry section, where you can do posting of your receipt, payment, contract, journal, and be able to monitor the transaction. So if I go under receipt, the system works on a double entry accounting system, which means the debit side and the credit side have to be balanced. And from here, you can actually select which ledger you want to debit for what amount, and then enter the narration and add it to the plus sign. So here it shows that you already have one transaction in the debit side. Then you can select the credit side. This will automatically list all the ledgers that you have in the system, and then enter the amount. The amount has to be equal to the same amount that you have on the debit side. And this is how you do your posting. By doing this, you maintain a very effective book of accounts that keep track of all of your transactions. Also included in that financial section is the invoicing. With the invoicing, you can add an invoice and then select the various services as I've shown earlier in the service section. So you can select the various services, add an item to your invoice, and each of those items, the system automatically knows what are the bill and what are the rates of each of those items. And each invoices you can actually send as a PDF to the client or download and print for the client. The system comes with a standard reporting, financial reporting, which helps you to know what is the statement of financial position of the organization, statement of profit or loss, it keeps track of the trial balance, and then you have your ledger statement, which you can use to monitor transaction. For each of these reports, you can filter across time, say from this date to this particular date, and the system will automatically give you what are the statements of financial position for that opening period that you have selected. We also have what is called the store and inventory. So the store and inventory helps you to keep track of what you have in your store, what you have in your warehouse, and then all the list of items that you have in there. So you keep track of your inventory and your stock. You can create a stock category. You can create a list of stock, and then so once you create those categories, you can then add different inventories under them. With this system, you can create a reorder level that alerts you once those inventories are going down. We have what is called store location. So if you have different store location, you can create those store location here, and then from the system, attach each of those inventory to the various store location. The ERP system maintains an accurate asset register. The asset register is what helps you to keep track of what assets you have, those that are disposed, those that are undisposed, the value of the asset, the depreciated value, and this is also linked to the chart of accounts, which also monitors the financials relating to the various assets. You can create a new asset by going to the new tab and create a new asset from there. The system comes with a very robust human resource module, which help keep track of all employees' information. From here, you can add a new employee. You can update records of employee. You keep track of the onboarding process of each of the employees that you have in your organization. And from here also, you can create what is called a personnel group. So the personnel group is a group of related employees who could be related by department, could be related by operation, or could be related by the position that they have in the organization. The system also comes with a payroll system, a robust payroll system, which helps you to keep track of salary payment to various employees. This is particularly useful because it helps you to monitor each of those payments and then keep track of all the various statutory deduction related to the payroll. So from the system, we can create a salary template, create a salary template that will be used for an employee, and each of the salary templates can be named according to the grade of the employees that it will be used for. The salary template starts with the definition of the basic salary, the housing, and the transport allowance. and then you can add the various deduction. A system keeps track of statutory deduction with a particular relation to pension and other deduction with relation to the payee tax, which are calculated based on the basic housing and transport. It already has a predefined template to use to calculate each of those statutory deduction, and you can generate this in your report and use it for your tax filing. Under the payroll also, we have what is called the employee salaries list, which shows you how many employees you have, what is their net pay, what is their basic pay, what is their total deduction. And this is particularly useful in your reporting. We have what is called the compute payroll, which is where you compute new salary payment, and you can generate your tax report from your generator of pension report, and then you can also offset salary advance. So overall, the ERP system is a robust system that helps you to manage all the various aspects of your operation and then automate each of those processes. While I'm not able to touch all the functions in the ERP, there's so many other modules that are customized to certain business processes and certain business operation. Feel free to share a summary of your business operation with our implementation team, and we'll be sure to customize this and narrow it down to your business specific need. Thank you very much for watching this, and I hope you find it useful.